Ba-da-ba-ba-da. How's it going, everyone? Just give me a second. I got to. We're starting a little behind right now. Thought I was gonna begin off work a little bit earlier. And then they decided that they didn't need to cut overtime, so I didn't have quite as much time after work. I only had like 20 minutes to get ready. Had to run a few errands with Larissa for Tater and just for the house and stuff. So I'm gonna see if I can't pull these photos over really quick. There we go. Finally. For -1 Odo Island monster. And then we'll get this show on the road. Okay. That way you guys can kind of get like a few minutes to like actually get into. You know, a lot of streams have like pre-stream stuff. Mine typically don't. But this is the pre stuff, so this is like the pre stuff, you know. So I'm not gonna have all the photos like I did 75. 75 I was kind of fancy with. We won't be fancy like 75 here, but let's make sure everything is going good on the live stream here. How's it going, everyone? Audio is good. Hopefully everyone's doing great today. It is Friday, the 6th. This was a surprise announcement. Hey, how's it going? Tito, how's it going? Evening. Hopefully you're doing well. It's about to be the weekend, so I actually have tomorrow off since work decided not to follow my set schedule anymore. So yeah, so I have tomorrow off as well. So I thought I would live stream today, and then I should have a review out tomorrow, or a showcase, a video. There will be a video out tomorrow of some sort. So, but I'm actually going to turn the webcam off. A little bit moving forward. You guys don't really need to see my face here. It's one thing if it's like if I would have went live right when this was revealed, webcam all the way. But I feel like we don't really need the webcam for like these ones. This is supposed to be about all of our opinions and stuff. So, you know, just an open discussion. Is that what I have this named as? Solicitation breakdown. I should have done live discussion. That's my fault. But yeah, these are all supposed to be live discussions. So we're going to be going over MonsterArts Godzilla 2023 from Godzilla -1. Godzilla, the Odo Island monster, is basically what this is called. It's going to have a few different names. You're going to see Monster of Odo Island, you know. It's just going to be all switched. I'm just using the one that Tamashii themselves used, which was Godzilla 2023, the Odo Island monster. So, it's not going to be a long stream, maybe an hour, depending on you know, conversations and discussions and stuff. So I did want to give my breakdown. Obviously we're not going to zoom in and stuff. If you guys want to zoom in on the photos, you know, go subscribe to the Articulation series. He'll do the high-res breakdowns and stuff. You know, I'll be there. I'm always watching his live streams, so I was there during the 75. I've been to basically all of his streams now for almost a year, I think. I've been trying to. I was lurking for most of them last year, but this year I've been really trying to make sure that I'm actually engaging during the streams. So, how are we all doing tonight? Are you guys excited for Odo Island? Something you guys are excited to see? I'm pretty excited. Pretty damn excited. There is few minor nitpicks from just the photos. And I've seen some other people have some nitpicks, and we do actually. I don't have this downloaded, but we will just go to it when the time is right. You bet. Heck yeah. Actually, I'm going to censor the screen, and I'm going to pull that up, because there is... I would actually say there is a downside to this figure. A pretty major one. I feel like a lot of people aren't going to like what they're going to see. Ooh, shit. It's sold out. Never mind. Okay. Which is fun, because normally during these discussion streams, I also typically would like to say, oh, hey, I did or didn't get this as well. So we're going to open up here really quick for where you can get this currently. This actually is sold out at Hobby Genki. I did wake up this morning at 1 a.m., and I waited for this to drop. It didn't drop right away. It actually took about like 30 minutes to an hour, I think. And then it was being glitchy as hell, and it actually didn't let me do... It was available initially, the pay later option. I don't see any scars, and that's a massive L. Yeah, I don't think they painted the scars on the face. But we'll see. We'll get the photos, so... Yeah, it looks like they skimped out on the scars. Maybe they're possibly a reason. I don't think they would do any Godzilla flashbacks in -0. But, I mean, the movie could start out with a non-scarred Odo Island. And maybe this is Tamashi's way of being like, hey, we're going to see more Odo Island in the future, in the next film. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. We'll take a look at it. But yeah, the scars not being on there and this being labeled for -1, regardless if Odo Island's in the next film one way or the other, or, you know, Odo Island version of Godzilla, Gojira. The scars not being there, it does suck. So we'll zoom in, we'll take a look at it. But it is currently sold out. I was able to get one, so the shipping is, spoiler alert, I would say for this one, even after the US price was announced, it's here on BBTS, it is a little gross, I'm not gonna lie. It's still way better than importing. I would not import this figure. Importing, it doubled in price, so it was 12,000 yen, I think. Hobby Genki had it listed for 14, and shipping was 13, so it basically doubled. So I'm telling everyone I know, if you're gonna get this, just wait for the US. So speaking of the US, here it is. I don't know what to say. I said $100 would be my sweet spot, and weird that this is the same price as Godzilla 1975. It's weird. And I love MonsterArts, and I admit that they're expensive, but this being the same price as 75 is weird. It is very, very weird, especially because I know it's probably going to get brought up, and this is probably the only time I'm going to mention it this stream. The Haya Destroya was announced last night as well, and that is also $110. So, hey Sharktopus, I'll be honest, 75 was cheaper, so this guy could be extra, I guess, but like the plastic just doesn't line up. How much plastic PVC's on this compared to this? I mean, okay, so one of the reasons, one is the stand. I believe the arm is unique. Oh no, right there it looks like a regular Tamashi arm. I thought it was supposed to have a special stand specifically, but I guess not. The stand, or this. My poster fell over. Well, it didn't fall over, it just slid. I don't know. I have the 4K Shin poster behind me, so I could have background. But yeah, no webcam, no need for webcam. The pedestal is nice. Don't get me wrong. And the base, but I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Am I still gonna pay it? Duh. I have it pre-ordered, but a little weird. Little weird. I mean, okay, so one of the reasons why this is a little bit more expensive on the US, to give it a little bit of oomph, this is a Tamashii Web exclusive in Japan. Typically, when those get brought over to the US, even though they're generals, the rules for the pricing changes. So where 75 was less that, well, so it wasn't exact conversion rate, but it also wasn't just straight, just moving the decimal place over. This was more of just moving the decimal plate over. Still would have hoped that this would have been 100, but it is what it is. Des was beautiful. Is he like Shinigawa-kun? No. This is 4.72 inches tall. This still has good size. Don't get me wrong. It's just, it's gonna be Godzilla 75, and then this. This only goes up to -1 shoulders, and that's only the dorsal plate. So, I would guess that this this definitely is larger than Junior. If you guys have Junior, if you've seen Junior in hand, this thing should be not a bit larger than Junior, but it's quite a bit. Oh yeah, that's a good photo right there. Yeah, you can see it doesn't have the scars on the face. Oops. Yeah, right there. You can see it's missing them. The cuts and stuff along the neck. Yeah. Doesn't have them there. And not there either. So yeah. No scars on either side, which is a bit disappointing. Which is very odd, because this is very model. It's pretty damn close to the model, I would say. The CGI model, which Tamashii does tote on the advertisement for this figure, that they used a ton of references. So one thing I've seen people complain that the head's too large. I personally don't see that, but proportion wise, like, it's harder on the kaiju for me. If it's a Dragon Ball figure, I think it's pretty obvious, or like the arms and legs of just a humanoid character, especially if they're supposed to be more humanesque. So like Marvel Legends does it all the time, where they just kind of do a shite job, where the arms are too long, or the legs are too long, or short, or the waist is really long and the rest of the body is really, stout. Which does happen naturally, but, So, I did scream when this was announced. I squealed. I did. So you guys missed me squealing. Well, nice sculpt, especially the teeth, but I doubt it's going to have the same quality. No, because this is resin. So, thoughts on the Haya Destroya? None. I don't have any. I'm not going to buy it, so I'm not going to have thoughts on a figure I'm not going to buy. I think, besides the fact that for $116, that Destroya is killer. I mean, it's cheaper than MonsterArts Destroya was retail back when it released 13 years ago, 14 years ago. So, and it's larger, but there's other things I don't personally really care for, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to own the figures, so then I'm probably never going to see it in hand. So that even is less. And also the promo photos for Haya's products aren't good ones to go after, because the sculpts always change. I'm sure they're going to go through and actually change the engineering on it, because it looks like it doesn't pose worth shit. So, yeah. So, but we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. I mean, Tamashii does the same thing, where they do a bunch of the suit accurate poses or model movie accurate poses, and then you get the figure in hand and it can do crazy things like 2000 and 72. So, I just hope the final paint job is translated well. Yes, that is probably the thing most people are concerned about. I wouldn't be, because this is a web shop. That doesn't always guarantee things, of course. But minus color and the heat ray and the event exclusive -1 all had really good paint, better than both runs of the regular standard -1. So at least in my opinion, like, my minus color is gorgeous. So I hope the articulation of future releases is as good as 2000's. Yes, 2000 from Tamashii themselves is a benchmark release. Although the articulation probably isn't always going to be the same, which means certain areas might not be quite as good. So not like this probably doesn't have butterfly joints. Probably. I also thought that about 75, but watching the articulation series stream last night, or the night before, it was last night, he did his 75 stream, and he did a zoom in on one of the photos, and it, I mean, the 75 looks like it might have butterfly joints. And right here, that's obviously a skin cuff, so you don't see directly into the figure, but sometimes that is just the cavity for the butterfly joint. So, regrettably, the only way we'll see the articulation is once it's in hand. So, I will say these hips look pretty damn articulated. Let's get a better shot of the hips, showing kind of like what we're working with. So it looks like we've got a outer sleeve that goes around the thigh, which probably is just a double ball peg, like typically. I think this is still a day after the articulation series hasn't gone and, you know, talked to Tamashii about this one. I've got a ton of new info on the 75, but, you know, this guy I don't know too much, because he asks Tamashii things and they answer things. So there was things about the 75s that I had questions on, that he had questions on, and, you know, just coincidentally answered them for me. And then a few things were kind of left mysterious, and I'm going to guess the same thing is like that. What's interesting off of this photo that I didn't really notice is that the dorsal plates are colored the same way that the Great Clash's dorsal plates are, where they're a different brown or green compared to the rest of the body, or gray maybe. I don't know. I can't tell. It's getting harder and harder. I can tell it's two different colors, but which colors I don't know. So, well, clearly 75 is what we're supposed to actually care about. No. We got to care about all the Tamashii releases. All of them. So, or at least I do. You guys don't, but I do. I love MonsterArts, and the fact that going from last year, the start of the year, and even the year before that wasn't super heavy in the Godzilla and Gamera side of MonsterArts, coming to this year where it's been a new pre-order every month so far, and multiple pre-orders on top of that, and we still have 4 solicitations that are confirmed, that we know about, that haven't been fully, you know, solicited to us yet, plus more. So this was it. This is technically the last brand new figure we saw at Tamashii Nations that we didn't have solicitation for. So now that 75 and Odo are done, all of the solicitation for the new sculpts from Tamashii Nation 2025 is done. Yes, the 2 movie graphic figures are still there, but those are just repaints, so those aren't new sculpts. And Kaiser wasn't shown off at all at Tamashii Nations, so Kaiser doesn't count for that either. But mostly 75. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty pumped for 75. 75 got me so pumped that I have 72 down at the desk now, so pretty pumped for that. So I love this shot. I'm loving the sculpt, even if it's not completely accurate. There are some liberties, like Matt, Kaiju Fanatic, said. No scars on the body, no paint for the scars, and no etching. So we kind of got double L'd there, but if the scarring not being there is going to make less paint QC, then fuck it. Sure. I know some people might say that's lazy, but I mean, they don't put the decals on the Evangelions and the Robot Damashi line, and I don't really see people complain about those. So I don't know what the difference would be here. It's valid to not like that they're not included. That's fine. But for me personally, not too big of a deal. So disappointing, yes, but I didn't even notice that they didn't have them until it was pointed out. So but I also didn't notice that 75 had swappable fists until after I saw it from Kaiju United. So maybe I'm just losing my game. I don't know. Probably just losing my game. Thank God it's done. Good for my wallet. I just hope SH forgets everything else needed and we get up to Mecha, or we just get Mechagodzilla up. If it just looks like that, it's incredible. Yeah, if this could be just about what comes out on the final product run, on the plastic, the actual retail runs, this would be good. But I would assume we're gonna lose some of the dorsal plate sculpting, and the just Godzilla Odo Island isn't gonna be quite as sharp. So here it is next to a retail copy of -1. Very important. This should be a retail copy. Maybe it isn't, because I believe with the Shin set, it actually had a mention down here that Shin was a retail movie graphic. So maybe this one isn't. No. Those teeth. Yeah, that's the reissue right there. It looks good next to it. We kind of saw it before. It's the thumbnail. They look good next to each other. So articulation looks good. They don't really show off the arms too much, but they do the T-Rex thing. The legs can go all the way up, and you can have the tail up. Although it does appear that you need the stand to be able to balance it out. We'll see. Also interesting to note that when it's fully up like this, the nose is pointed down. Hopefully this is just specifically for the pose, and the neck articulation isn't that limited. It would be slightly disappointing if it couldn't look up horizontally. So once again, we'll see. I want it badly, but 150. But 150, yeah, well, it's 109, but yeah, it's still that, and then literally, like I said, we don't know the rest of the new releases, and you can bet your ass, just like -1, that the general release for November/December is probably going to be the base -0 figure. So here's an up-close look at that at the stand again. Whoops. At the stand again. So this is Godzilla. I believe this is. I don't know which written language this is, or which version of the written language. But this says Godzilla. So, and obviously it's got the -1 logo. I think the base is gorgeous, and I do love that we're getting the bases, but also the bases are so huge and round, they're taking up too much damn space as well. So currently I just have both of my anniversary ones stacked on top of each other. So and Megaguirus will have her own stand. Who else has one of these? I think there's one other release that has one of these as well coming. So hey Alex, how's it going, buddy? How's it going? So yeah, I'm pretty pumped. Here's the edited, the full-blown solicitation. They're using all the lights. We can kind of start to see the neck articulation. Something that I am noticing, it looks like there's the cut here, and then it's got like the neck, like the Dragon Ball Z lower neck peg. But then, oh wait, what's that? What's that right there? I thought that was articulation seams. So the scars look like they might actually be maybe in there. Oh, those look like the scar, or some of the scars to me. But those might be neck sleeves too. So we'll see. One thing I didn't talk about yet. One thing I am disappointed on, but we'll see, It looks like this is as far as the mouth opens. Now, obviously, the first shot of the film with Odo Island, that mouth is like down, like Shin Godzilla lengths, like wide. So hopefully it can, but everything, especially once you move over to this shot, looks like there's too much gubbins in here for it to move much more. So that is one thing I will say a little disappointed on. This is what 89 should have been, or 98 should have been. Yeah, I mean, it kind of like, it takes the iguana thing farther, except then really shows that's the widest the mouth. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if that's the widest it goes. Once again, Tamashii doesn't typically go out of what's in the movies. But just looking at the gubbins down here, kind of looking at the joint here, and looking at this shot and this shot, it would appear that this is probably as far as it goes. Could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. I would love for it to go just a little bit more. And maybe what we'll have to do is just cut some sculpt away. Maybe some customizers will be able... Hopefully it can, and maybe there's just a little bit of lip here to keep the sculpt flush, and then for the people that don't want it, they can just carve it away a little bit and this mouth can go wider. Maybe. I don't know. Although, of course, typically don't customize my figures, so what I get is what I get, so I don't think I would personally do that, but we'll see. But yeah, articulation looks good. The mid-body looks like it has a ton of joints in here. Looks like we have a chest, a waist. Well, maybe just the two, actually. Maybe there's a third one hidden in there. And well, one's probably just a... because there's obviously the big waist joint here in the middle. And then I think he's got it looks like it's got a chest one right here. You can see that joint. So... this might just be a sleeve, and this might be a double ball joint, maybe? I can't tell how they've done that. And then there's the neck joint as well, the deep neck joint, you know. And then 1, 2, maybe a third joint, but that's definitely where the head goes, so. It looks pretty damn good. Although, I will admit, there's also not a lot here. So, supposedly it can do these poses without the stand. Obviously, this is a resin copy. It's a lot easier to balance. We'll see that once it gets out. But it's looking good, guys. I don't know about you guys. I'm enjoying it. I like it. The USD price is a little steep, but then, you know, I just think that I spent even more on it, or will be spending more on it once it comes out. So you win some, you lose some, I think. I wish they'd make a 73. It's on the voting poll, so probably maybe they'll swing back around on 73 Godzilla and Megalon once 75 is done. So the 75 movie, or as far as Tamashii goes into the 75 movie. So I will point out really quickly, because I watched the movie last night, this specific shot is Godzilla firing at Titanosaurus. So that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about 75. That shot is specifically aimed at Titanosaurus, not Mechagodzilla. So, take that as you will. Take that as you will. Titano. Although we do know that Tamashii has no, or at least as of a year ago, had no plans for Titanosaurus. They really like hitting those characters that are in multiple movies. It's why we're probably never going to see King Caesar in the line. So yeah, we'll see. Sorry, I'm getting some. Am I mistaken? I'm pretty sure he does. So there's two shots that look almost exactly the same, and he does do one at Mechagodzilla, and he does one at Titanosaurus. Articulation Series specifically pointed out last night, or teased, that the one that Tamashii used is the one against Titanosaurus. So, not saying that Titanosaurus is next. I would honestly be shocked. But, out of the 75 trio, not the next reveal. The next reveal is probably Kaiser. We're probably going to get a month, maybe even like a month and a half break from Godzilla and Gamera. Probably going to get Monster Hunter or Yu-Gi-Oh! And then in May, we'll get Kaiser. So that's weird because he's facing the wrong way. Yeah. They do some weird things, because there's also the shot that almost looks like that shot when he pops out of the ground, but you see his whole upper body, and it's not zoomed in like on his shoulders up. So yeah, I was told that specifically the shot against Titano, and then when I watched the movie last night, it looks like that one looked like it lined up more with the Titano shot than the Mechagodzilla shot. So, but I would still expect. Oh shit. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to help people out here on YouTube, and hopefully oh, that's not even my comment section. That's why. Okay. I saw people replying, because I saw a few people asking like if they should import this, and it's like no, don't import this. I right now I would say it's not smart to import any of the MonsterArts or anything because of shipping and tariffs. But I swear it's literally just the same footage flipped. It supposedly is not. So it's two slightly different shots. That's what the chat was talking about last night. So I'll have to watch it again, because I thought they were the same but flipped as well. But it's told by people who have better eyes than I do that they are in fact slightly different. So hey Drakezilla, sorry it took a minute. It's odd we have gone nothing with Kaiser, but we kept getting yeah, because when Tamashii in the MonsterArts line does silhouette reveals like that, it's typically a 4 to 6 month wait. So it's the same thing, or it should be the same thing actually, with the brand new, I don't want to say 2.0, because technically Golden Frieza's figure is a different sculpt, so I'll keep it a 3.0 fourth form Frieza that they teased with the Awakened Warrior 3.0 Super Saiyan Goku, the blue gi one. They teased a new fourth form Frieza, and that was a silhouette shot. We were told that was supposed to be in the next release, but now we're 3 months in, and it looks like it's probably going to be next month. So the silhouette shots are always 4 to 6 months. Plus, we already kind of knew that Kaiser wasn't going to be fully revealed until Final Wars Godzilla and Go Tango were released. So they did the same thing with technically Gigan 04 Decisive Battle version, and Final Wars Goji and Monster X all got the same treatment. Legion was the same way. We got one of the promo photos in November, and then it didn't go up for pre-order until almost a year ago. Legion's pre-order was this week last year, so I believe it was on the 18th. I was looking through, I was trying to see any patterns. Tamashii has no patterns this year or last year, so like I said, there was almost no MonsterArts reveals for Godzilla and Gamera up until Legion in March, and then they picked up, where this year it's been Godzilla, Godzilla release, Godzilla release, Godzilla release, Godzilla release, Godzilla release, no Gamera releases, and no no Monster Hunter and no Yu-Gi-Oh. So I think that's why I think they pushed out 75 in Odo Island. I think we're going to be getting some Monster Hunter and some Yu-Gi-Oh, which is great because I need a month or two to pay for the current round of pre-orders, get myself a little bit ahead, start saving for Japan, which, on a little bit of a side note, because of our peaceful government, and we definitely did not start a new war, oil and gas just went up a lot and is expected to double to triple within the next month, which means plane tickets are about to skyrocket. So I might not be going to Japan in July and might be doing a full trip in November, because it was already getting a little expensive. And now now the summer pricing is starting to come in, and the war oil prices are starting to be added in. So I don't know. Gonna be checking out tickets tonight and tomorrow. I expect a lot. That's all I'm gonna say, Alex. Mine went up $400 from last week already. Before pre-war, I could have gone economy tickets from Japan for $1,100, and now they're $1,500, $1,600. So, which once again is technically typical, because the closer you get to a date in the summer, the more it goes up. I'm missing the cheap time to buy tickets, but the Iran war with the US trust me, is going to make these flights stupidly expensive again. We're talking like $2,200 just to do a basic flight. So I hope it doesn't get that bad, but I did see people saying it could get that bad. So we'll see. Going to be checking out tickets. Yeah, man. I was planning to go to Tokyo as well. Not sure if I'll go, though. Yeah. If I can't go in July, I'm going in November. So regardless of how expensive it is. So that is 100% for sure. So if I'm not going in July, then I'm just going in November for Godzilla Day and Minus Zero's premiere, and I will just miss out on the US premiere, and see it with subtitles, and maybe, well, I won't watch it dubbed in theaters, but it might be playing in theaters dubbed, possibly. By that point, we'll see what they're doing this year. So I'll probably, by the time I get back to the US, the movie will already be out for a few weeks. I'll probably have already seen it more than any other movie I've ever seen in theaters, since it's probably one I'm going to be able to actually do true full, like, Toho cinemas, like IMAX theaters, like full IMAX theater experience. And then it's a new Japanese movie in Japan, so we'll see. I might not be understanding what's going on with it, especially because I'm going to stay spoiler free. So I'm going to be really in the dark with it, but I feel like that's still going to be a vibe. So we'll see. I'm not fully out of July yet, but if my plane tickets go above 2,000, I'm out. I'm out for July. So I can't do 2,000 on a plane ticket this quick. That's a whole month of work right there, and I have bills to fucking pay. So and pre-orders. So, is what it is. Other people, of course, ruining it for me, how it is, and other people, of course. I'm not the only one affected, and there's way more important things in people being affected than me going to Japan. Obviously, that's a personal problem and not like a real actual world problem, of course, not to make light of anything going on in the world right now. But we'll see, man. We'll see. All I know is I'll be getting this from Hobby Genki. So that is guaranteed. So that's about it from me, I guess. If you guys want 75, it's back in stock on Hobby Genki. You have to pay for it up front. I don't know how much they're charging for shipping, actually. I'm kind of... What's this pay laters? I mean, I would rather... Oh, this is going to show all my stuff, though. Here, let me... 75 is beautiful. Yeah, 75 is beautiful. I would much rather get this from here than HLJ. Christ. Whew. Expensive. Yeah. The pay later's gone for 75, so if you, for some reason, wanted to import it, shipping is more than the figure. Once again, it's about 155 bucks. So compared to the 110 that it is USD plus shipping, probably plus a little tariff, you're probably still only going to be spending about 130, 135 bucks in the US compared to the 150, but you will be getting it probably a month sooner, maybe 2 months. We'll see. This is a lot of releases. I mean, double July releases right here. August, September. Or, excuse me, August release, right? This is the August release. Yeah. Excuse me, the Junior, or the Shin set is in August. Junior and Great Clash is July. These two are the July. August, probably the only September release. And then Kaiser is probably October. How much releases compared to last year? Good question. I think we're already even this year. This year's expensive. I know it's already, I believe, I took the USD of everything besides Odo Island, and it was already 2,000 pre-ship. Or it was right under 2,000 before shipping costs and tariff costs. So, we're sitting at, for the Japanese timeline, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 with Odo Island. And last year it was... I just gotta make sure. Yeah, you were a Japan. This was 2023, so, or 2024. Excuse me. So we're not counting the Monster Hunter or the Yu-Gi-Oh figures in this. So, Shimo was number 1. Suko Mothra, Gamera, Anguirus, Mega Godzilla, event exclusive, Burning Godzilla, Legion, 2000. Ghidorah, Destroya, and then our 2 reissues of Final Wars and -1. Last year's up to 13, so it was 13 last year, and we're already at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. We're already at 11 with 4 confirmed solicitations this year. 4. So we're at 15 this year for MonsterArts. Plus, I've been told some whispers that there probably is another event-exclusive MonsterArts coming out this year. Don't know if it's Godzilla or Gamera, though, so maybe won't count to the top. So that might be 16. As I said, -0 and or / if there's another kaiju, that probably would also hopefully be out this year as well. Maybe it would be the start of next year. I mean, Scar, Shimo, and Evolved, and Suko Mothra all came out super late. But the Japanese movies, they're kind of a little bit more quick on. Which will still, so I guess that's more first quarter. Really trying their best. -0 will be out the month. So it would be like the original -1. -1 was November. So my guess is it will follow this as well. So Godzilla 2026. Damn, that's crazy. What a crazy set of releases. Look at the difference. So September, November. I don't remember there being that big of a gap between these two, but there was. That's crazy. And then from him to these two, and then to nothing to him. See what I'm saying? So we're due for some Monster Hunter and Yu-Gi-Oh shenanigans. I mean, the last Yu-Gi-Oh release was Stardust Dragon. That Solicitation's over a year old, so but we'll see. We'll see. There's supposed to be some surprises still this year. I really do think we're gonna see a 94 2.0. So definitely probably seeing a 94 2.0 this year as well. So like I said, that puts us at like 17, 18, maybe even 20 releases by the end of the year. We'll actually see what comes out, because if you clock in the last 4 technically, so let's say September doesn't have a general release, so it's only Odo Island. Then we move on to October, which once again probably is going to be Kaiser. Possibly. And then November would be -0. And then the 2 movie graphic figures. And we still have Ava Goji as well. Ava Goji's probably like a November web shop. I don't think that's going to be a general release, so that'll probably be a web shop. So that's probably the October, November, or December web shop. And then the movie graphic figures will be following around that, unless the movie graphic figures is going to be September and October. And then -0 will be November, and then there won't be a general for December, and then it could just be Kaiser in December. I could see them doing that too. I don't know. They've got options. The fact is, we're probably looking at 20 releases this year. We're probably, I would estimate to keep up with the line this year probably is about $3,000 if you buy every release. So that would be my guess. When's the earliest we could see Mecha put up for pre-order? Depends on if they even have Mecha worked on. My guess, the earliest we could probably see Mecha 75 is August. So they'll do what they've done with most of these releases, like Kaiser and Final Wars, where one will come out and the other one will get announced. We saw this with Godzilla 2000 and Megaguirus. Godzilla's announced, quiet, and Megaguirus is teased. Godzilla 2000 drops, Megaguirus Solicitation starts. That would be my guess. So, I mean, like, Ghidorah was teased for this at the very end and beginning of 2025, and it took all the way up until November to get Ghidorah. So just remember that as well. Ghidorah was also one of those ones that took like 6 months after the silhouette was shown off. So, which is kind of crazy, because if the silhouette's there, that means they've already worked on the promos. It's the same thing, the questions that I have with Ava Goji. It's like, well, you guys obviously already have the solicitations ready, so it must be mostly ready to go. So lots of Godzilla comic books as well, they're milking it. Yeah, I don't really collect the comic books too much or pay attention. There's too many. I mean, it's kind of the same with all the lines, honestly. I don't really, like, I do and I don't pay attention to the rest of the Godzilla, figure lines, because it's just, in Safubi, it's just too damn much. With Safubi, I don't really get a choice, because most of my friends in my friend group are more Safubi collectors than anything else, and Bandai collectors. So, like, I keep up because that's what they post. I'm the guy that annoys everyone in the group chat with MonsterArts. No one gives a shit. It's literally basically just me. So, but I see them, so whatever they share to the group, I know that's literally about it. So, I want to thank Articulation Series featuring MonsterArts for having the site up, making it easy. Obviously, he hasn't added Odo Island up yet. I'd guess they'd probably drop tonight over the weekend. So, with the high res photos, but if you want to pick it up from the U.S. Don't be picking it up from Japan. Once again, shipping is literally the same price, if not just like a little bit cheaper than him. And obviously he's out of stock too, so he's a web shop, so you can't just go everywhere and get him. But pick him up here, BBTS. Beast, I believe, has him as well. Maybe. Beast has been kind of... They haven't updated yet. I don't even think they have 75 up yet. Maybe I'm wrong. But they do have 75. So you guys need 75 in the US. Get from Beast. I'm sure they'll have Odo Island up eventually. So I would assume they're not missing out. Back ordered. That's why got back ordered. Wonderful. Means I might not be seeing Destroy even longer. So there was a note that these got stuck at customs. So something pissed off customs with Destroya. So I don't know what it was, but yeah. So Destroya review will come out when I get it, and the live stream and the unboxing and the reaction and all that. It's not in my hands. I'm not blaming Beast. Like I said, I've been told for some reason Destroya rose some alarms at customs, and that's why Destroya specifically has been super disappointed. So way too many for comic books and toys. Godzilla's just on top of the world. It helps that -0 is coming out, so hopefully y'all aren't over it yet, because once Zero and Supernova are kicking in, what figures are we most excited about? I mean, for announced, not pre-announced, Kaiser's probably number one, but I want to see it first before I say that. So I'm probably 75 is probably 75 of the Shin set. I really like the look of the Shin set, but 75 is a brand new figure too. So, and Megaguirus, I'd say Megaguirus, but I should hopefully have her literally in a month's time, hopefully, because she releases, will be shipping out to people 24th to the 26th in Japan, and then hopefully Hobby Genki will be able to get mine shipped and sent to me ASAP, so I can see it literally within like 30, 35, 36 days. So hopefully by then I'll also have Destroya. Hopefully. Yeah. It says February 4th, but only a few places got theirs, so most people are still waiting. So yeah, I think that's it for me. 75, yeah, I'd say that's probably common with most people. 75 is probably the top dog, which is valid. It's exciting. So this is pretty high up on my list too. It's a side release, but it fills out the collection, and that's really all I give a damn about, is just filling out the collection. So having every incarnation of every Godzilla and Gamera Kaiju. So yeah, besides some rambling, I feel like that was a pretty we're pretty on point, guys. Thanks. Definitely waiting for reviews before buying. Yeah, Sharktopus. It's probably the smartest thing to do with this one. I don't feel like this will sell out US wise, but I mean, I said that about Ghidorah, and Ghidorah's gone, so yeah, we'll see. Does Amazon have 75 up yet? No. You can get Gamera, though, on sale. I would say if you guys don't have Gamera, 111, killer price. Killer price. That's all I'm going to say. They're not going to get theirs until April. Jesus. May. I don't even know what. They must not have 75. They still have. Oh, man. Overnight. That means that this one is in town. That means that there's some Ghidorahs in town. So. Huh. If I didn't pay a refundable deposit and would have to cancel my order, I'd just buy one from Amazon because I could get it here next week. But maybe that's also showing when Beast will get theirs. So, maybe, hopefully, I get paid next week. So, I'll be ready to pay for Destroya next week. So, shopping, my dear? No shopping. I'm just trying to see what's available for everyone. So, all the things that I have or waiting for that are already paid for, like that Destroya. Well, that Destroya is not paid for yet, but will be. Will be soon. Can I get Megaguirus? Yeah. Looks like they haven't added 75 up yet to Amazon. Megaguirus is gone, yeah. That's alright. So, I think that's about it, everyone. I'm excited for the Oda Island monster. I think this is going to be a fun side release. Also, not pressuring anyone ever to buy any of these figures, but kind of like 75 Godzilla and Mechagodzilla and Titanosaurus, I would assume that some of the key, specifically Heisei spots that we're missing probably maybe could get boosted if this sells well, and that's all I'm going to say. A minus color Odo Island, probably not. The minus color -1 sold horribly. Japan and English side did not sell well at all. Bad. It did bad. So I would I don't think they would. Maybe like an event exclusive? Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, people can't get rid of the minus color in Japan or in the US. I mean, they went down to what, $70 this last Black Friday, and the stores still have it. Yeah, 120. People just can't sell it. It's disappointing because I really like it. In fact, I was kind of trying to figure out which figures I wanted to take photos of because I haven't sat down. 70, what the fuck? I would think minus would be a hot sell. Nah. Well, I mean, also it's MonsterArts -1, so you got a little bit, you got a little bit of hesitation since people aren't fully in love with this figure, whether it's sculpt or paint or whatever, which is fine, whatever. That's okay. I don't care about Heisei. Oh, let me finish that thought. Regular 91 Godzillasaurus and Little Godzilla, probably, if this sells well, maybe could help push them closer to the front of the line. Not saying for sure since it's not the same era, but this is a small fully mutated or fully adult Godzilla form. I'm just saying. So, not saying it is, but also not saying that Tamashi might not look at it that way. Okay, never mind. I forgot about Baby Godzilla, yeah. Because I was thinking, like, how could they do Godzillasaurus and Little Godzilla? Because they're not going to just release Little Godzilla. Yeah, I did see the new GMK Ichiban lineup. It looks pretty good. Junior looks insane. I think their Godzilla Juniors might even be better than the X Plus one. I don't know. It looked really good. So I was wondering how they. I was wondering how they would do Godzillasaurus and like Baby Godzilla. They could do like a Heisei pre-Godzilla form set where it's Godzillasaurus, Little Godzilla, Baby Godzilla, probably not Junior, but they could include those three and then still charge $100. Not for most people. I would be all for it though. So, they should just make a big Baby Godzilla. I mean, they are gonna have to scale him up. I'm sure they would include a mini unpainted in scale Baby Godzilla from '93. But my guess, just like Little Godzilla, they'd scale him up and, make him articulated. Because that Little Godzilla is not in scale. So, it's pretty close. But it's too big. So. Oh, man. Let's see what's going on. Oh, my Instagram was blowing up my phone, acting like my Instagram post was doing crazy, but definitely wasn't that crazy. So, did you guys see, not to really veer off topic, did you guys see the Ace Ventura rhinos on sale? Oh my god, Bad Dragon bought it. Did Bad Dragon buy the rhino? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can only imagine what dastardly things they're going to be doing with the Ace Ventura birth rhino animatronics. So, wonderful. Yeah, I'm sure I probably can't even mention their name on stream. YouTube, I'm sorry. They are very not good medieval reptiles. I can't imagine. I can actually. I mean, I have no problem with that company. I love that company. I don't have anything by that company, but I love that company. I love the advertisements they do. That's a smart business right there. That is a smart business. And this whole rhino thing, if it's true that they were the one that won it, I just can't imagine. So I'm excited. I can't wait to see. But that's going to close out the Odo Island monster conversation. I think we're good. At least I think we're good. I'm excited for it. I don't know if I recommend pre-ordering. I would say if you're not a -1 completist, or if you really don't like the design, or if you feel like you have to force yourself to buy it before reviews, don't. Just wait. Hobby Genki had said that it was limited edition, but I don't know if it's actually like limited. So I would just wait a little bit. We'll see what happens. There's another company's quote unquote super articulated toy that for basically the same price that people are pre-ordering instead of this right now. So I don't think this is going to be a hot commodity US wise yet. Maybe a little closer to the release once -0 ads are going on and we have a trailer and stuff. Then maybe this might, pop off. But I think you guys got a few months. So that's it for me though. Take care everyone. Thank you. Like I said, I have tomorrow off, so I'm going to try to have a video or two ready, maybe, or showcased in a video. We'll see. Haven't fully decided yet. Don't know what I'm going to review. But I want to say thank y'all so much from the bottom of my heart for hanging out after stream. And I can't wait for the next discussion video. I look forward to these. I'm going to try to find a way to get back into streaming a little bit more regularly, not just on the new news stuff. I want to, I've been away from the live streaming enough where there should be enough topics. We haven't even touched Monarch Season 2 yet, which me and Larissa are both caught up on, but that will be its own. I'm probably just going to review Season 2 as a whole, maybe? Or we're in a tornado watch right now? Brother, it's in the middle of winter. We gonna get a snow tornado in South Dakota? No damn way. Don't get me excited like that. All right, y'all. Before the snow, before the weather hits, new episode today. It was already out last night. It's been out for 24 hours. So, episode 2. It was very good. It was very good. Oh, Alex, I miss y'all too. I miss sitting here and talking with y'all. So, but I'll do a stream. Probably make a stream that's not just MonsterArts focused, because that might be the main focus. But I know not everyone likes talking about MonsterArts, so we'll figure some stuff out. I'm already have some Shin stream plan stuff maybe, and maybe some other things. Maybe some. I don't want to say collabs, but maybe we'll see about getting some of the boys on stream and having like a live group discussion, and then on top of our discussion, having you guys in chat as well. So we will see. We will see. Also, really quick, happy 3 years to Kaiju United. Today's their 3rd anniversary. So I wanted to quickly shout out Kaiju United. We love Jacob here. He is the editor-in-chief. They start. There is some Robot Damashi reveals happening right now on Tamashii. Looks like no Ultraman. Okay, no Ultraman reveals. So, all right, y'all. That is it for me. Take care, everyone. We'll see you later. Bye, guys. And gals. And everyone else. Bye, everyone.